Hello, my name's Kurt Beavers, and I want to take just a minute to introduce myself and talk to you about something that I think almost everyone that I know of desires, but will never make that move to do it. My wife Lori and I had big dreams and visions for our family and our life and our future, and we felt like we had a God given purpose and a calling. But I'll be honest with you, as a young married couple, the jobs that we had, the financial overhead that it takes to have a home and cars and things, it was a little bit overwhelming, but we were making it like most couples do. But we had a dream and a life that we wanted to craft. And I think it's a little different today, maybe. We've got more technology, but as a young couple, we went out and thought we were pursuing the path that made the most sense. Go get a degree, get a job, and really get a better job, have a child, get a bigger house, buy a new car, have a second child, bigger job. And the resumes are floating around and all those kind of things. And even back when we got started, when we first got married, there was this goal to have a job to fund retirement. And that was an interesting thought for us because we really weren't thinking about retirement. We felt like there was a lot of life to live right now. And then retirement would be really, we didn't understand that we wanted to stop doing life and retire. We just wanted to pursue life and pursue the things we were called to do. And as a young college student, you did all those things. And today, I think it's the same. There's so many people around me, they take that route and they get a degree and a job. And then they just all of a sudden realize that I did what I was told, but I'm sitting here, and when I got my job, I really got a computer, a cubicle, and a commute, and it's just not fulfilling. And we were kind of in that space, just to tell you where we were, because we did have that American dream in us of owning our own business, but we were stuck in that traditional route. And most people that I know of do have that dream, but they never know how to get out. And something had to happen for us. And I think for most people, something happens and you pause and you realize that things have to change for you to get what you want. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. So here was our moment. I don't know what yours is or might be, or even why you're watching this video. But our pastor, we were real plugged into our church. It was the center part of our social world and our life. And we loved all these young couples that we were in church with together that were at the same stage of life as us. And so we were in church listening to our pastor preach a sermon, and it was an amazing sermon. He took God's word and just showed how much burden it was to be in debt. The sermon was about getting out of debt. Don't be in bondage to debt to people. It made a lot of sense. When you're young and you're first married, you do usually have some debt, car payments and those kind of things, because you're just getting started. And I realized that, but it didn't burden me so much. And my wife was really burdened. Lori, my just amazing wife and amazing mother of our 3 kids, she was really depressed or upset or something because she knew we wanted to have a family soon. And that message, not really debt, but debt was a part of it, made her realize that we were never going to be able to create a situation where she was at home to be the mom she wanted to be. We'd both have to work the rest of our life, and we saw no way out. And, my wife plans ahead. I mean, you can think about it. She wasn't just like in a momentary thought. If we're going to go to Disney World in 18 months, she'd already have the fast passes bought. She's thinking ahead, and she was thinking ahead about our family. We had no kids yet, but she knew she wanted to be at home, and it was that moment that we said, okay, for things to change, we got to change. So what we did is we decided to look at our budget, and we knew that if she made $1,000 a month from some kind of staying at home business, we didn't have a clue, that she could quit her job and be at home. And so what did we do? Well, we didn't know where to look. We didn't go buy Entrepreneur Magazine. We had all those couples we did life with together, and we just put the word out, hey guys, if y'all pray for us. If you know of anybody that's got a really great, amazing, part-time business they're doing from home, Lori's really looking to do that. And so lo and behold, someone we didn't know, but someone from church had called someone they knew that had started an amazing business, and she called us. invited us over for dinner. Her and her husband, they cooked a meal for us. They sat and talked with us. And I don't know if, like, in today's world, would a post have done that? Would a text message have done that? I don't think so. It was someone caring and reaching out. It's just seems to be the way you do life. Somebody reaches out to you, you trust them. It's relationships that we build upon. And later in my life, it's not the time for this. Maybe I'll do another video, but your relational capital, the relationships that you have, is one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable thing you have. It's way more valuable than your financial resources or your time resources, because you can accomplish both those things if you build your relational capital wisely. So we went over and we connected with this company called Juice Plus. Why? Because someone cared enough. And then we saw how amazing it was. We did reach our goal of her making $1,000 our first month. 4 months later, I ended up leaving the commercial real estate business and joining her full time. And now it's been amazing. We've been able to realize all the leadership benefits our company has, like, medical, dental, family health coverage, college tuition reimbursement, expense allowance. All those things happened to us. But it happened because we made a choice. And that's what I want to do today, is just maybe give you 5 reasons why it made sense to start a Juice Plus business and why you might be looking at some of these same reasons. So the first thing that I want to share with you was vision. That's clarity. That's a lot of things. I mean, maybe I wasn't smart enough back then to use that word, but the founder of our company started a business that he was excited about. But he quickly realized that the way to really accomplish his mission was to implement his vision for what he wanted to do. And that was to build a business that would help as many people as possible realize their dreams, to build a stable and lasting company. Here, these exact words: a stable and lasting company that would help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And when I heard that, and I knew that I wasn't just going to, like the job I was in, I was making someone else very wealthy while I got a salary. What I realized, and I heard Jay say, was he wanted to build a company that would help as many people as possible realize their dreams. And I really believe that could be Lori and I. So the company had a really clear vision for where they were going. The second thing was their focus. That focus of the laser is what makes it powerful. And I quickly realized that this company knew who they were and knew what they were doing. It was really simple. It was all about fruits and vegetables. And they were affirming things all around us. We shopped at Kroger. The grocery bag said 5 a day for better health, fruits and veggies. Time magazine, piece of broccoli on a fork. Medical studies around the world, and they were saying eat as many as 9 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. We didn't even come close. And we knew this product was right for us and for our family. But I also realized something else. In terms of a business strategy, focus is so important. Lori and I had never done anything like this before. And if we were going to be selling computers, I didn't want to be selling soft drinks with my computers. I didn't want a company that was stretched out like that. I didn't want to sell bulldozers and tulips. I didn't want to help clean kitchen sinks and help people lose weight. I wanted to have a focus. And so one of the things that I really thought about was, what was this company focused on? Or did they have a focus? And, later in life, I've learned, I read a lot, but I've learned from reading and just soaking up whatever information was around me, that focus was such an important business strategy that I had no idea in that moment. I knew it was simple and we were focused on fruits and veggies and we needed them and a lot of people around us needed them. But I recently read a book called Play Bigger. I forgot the author's name. I apologize. But one of the things it talked about in there just described how this company was run and its strategy and why the most successful companies in the world employed this strategy. And it was that you knew your product category and knew who you were, and you were going to stay in your lane and you were going to be number one. You were going to be the best at what you did. And Lori and I could do that. It was something new, but there was laser focus. Whether it was in how we had conversations at the point of sale, we knew what we were doing. And this company was the best at what they were doing. Research, they did research when companies didn't do research. They spent lots of time and energy on making it the brand name for prevention around the world. And we stayed in our lane. So focus was so important, because when you do something new, if you're spread out so much, you don't really know who you are. And we know who we are, and this company knew who they were, and we could align with that, and it was easy to jump in and join them. The third thing was opportunity. I know that's a funny word that people talk about a lot. The gold miners, the 49ers, they went out west to mine gold. They talked about the opportunity. But Lori and I needed to know there was an opportunity for us here. And our little minds and our young, unexperiencedness and owning your own business. That may not be a word, but anyway, I made it up. We had to know there was something in it for us, something we could do, and there had to be an opportunity for us. So we began to explore what that looked like. And I don't think we believed what has happened to us could happen. And I believe if somebody had told us, yeah, for $52 you can own a business in 20 plus countries around the world in all 50 states, that would have been like pie in the sky. But what we did believe is we could make $1,000 a month. And we started because of that KAIROS moment, because of that moment Lori and I had when we knew we had to make some changes to get the change we wanted for her to be able to stay at home. We believed we could make $1,000 a month. And the opportunity was unlimited. I mean, it was low investment. We didn't have to be rocket scientists. They provided the resources from experts to share about our product, to answer questions. They did the shipping and all those kind of things, websites, all those kind of things. But there was an opportunity for us to do whatever we wanted to do. Whether like our first vision was to make a little bit, and we make up words in our family, or a lot of it. That lot of it came later once we built a belief in ourselves and a belief in this company that the sky was the limit. We didn't have a territory. And I can't tell you all of it right now, but we started in Atlanta, Georgia, where we were from, and all of a sudden, without trying, we had business and partners in Birmingham, in Nashville, in Philadelphia, in Dallas, in San Francisco, just because of connections people have, that relational capital we talked about. So there was huge opportunity. We just had to decide, back to my words a minute ago, did we want a little bit of it or a lot of it? And that changed over time. But the company was there to offer that, what we were ready for. The fourth thing, and it's probably the most important thing to us, I'll put the word community. It's the people. Anybody in a business at some point realizes that you're transacting with people. People are the power behind the company and business. And it's really all about the people. You know, people have tried to create shortcuts over the years and kind of even eliminate jobs and remove the people with technology. But people need people. People need relationships. In our business, the community of support, the community of sameness, of people being on the same mission to inspire healthy living around the world, with each person wanting to build that stable and lasting business to help them realize their dreams. It feels like we're locking arms together. It feels like that's what we want to do. And we use technology to support what we do, but it's really about the people locking arms. You know, I've had every Apple product in the world since they came out in 2007. I mean, I've got everything. I'm a gadget nut. But I realize that technology, whether it's Facebook, social media, or a piece of hardware that I have, that technology only benefits me as I use it to enhance and connect with more people. I can't replace those relationships in that community in my life with just a virtual world of clicking and connecting. It won't last. The relationships in the community is what help us build that stable and lasting company. So we loved the community aspect of our business. And then the last thing, I guess I just didn't want to go do something that everybody else was already doing. I wanted something unique. I wanted to be able to go out and tell a story about what Lori and I were doing in this company, in this amazing product we partnered with that was unique. And the Juice Plus company offered that, certainly with the product. The most medically researched nutrition product in the world. I mean, nobody had ever, pharmaceutical companies had, but nobody had ever taken whole food nutrition, like plant-based nutrition, and put it to the test of clinical research. They did it. They were growing their own stuff with farmers. They had a patented drying process. They had a patented blend of these amazing fruits and vegetables. And people weren't just saying they were getting better. Medical science was proving why they were getting better with this product. So we were unique there. The other thing we were unique with is that I had seen many like direct sales, MLM, network marketing, franchising. I don't know, they're all kind of, operator, like Chick-fil-A is an amazing company. Their owners are called owner-operators. There were all different kind of business models out there. Some of them were affordable, some of them weren't. But I wanted something unique. I had seen closets full of soap and detergents and things over the years. My mom had been in direct sales, and it had like a party plan, and those are great. But I didn't want to build a virtual business because I wanted people in my life. I didn't want to do something everybody else had done before. So what was unique? And this company, it seemed like they'd taken the best of like different business models. They had direct sales in there where you could share the product. It was a trusted, you were selling direct. The middleman was gone. They had a little piece of network marketing in there where you could get a bonus and a residual income, not only on what you just did, but what others did with no territories and no limits of income. You could make a little bit or a lot of it. I like that aspect of it. They picked some things out of franchising that were amazing. They were using that research to build a brand name. The golden arches that you see that are a brand name for a franchise. They were building this brand name in the world of prevention and nutrition through the research. So I love that part of franchising. I didn't like the upfront fees as much as 7 figures. I didn't like having a restricted territory, and they didn't do that. But the other thing they brought from franchising was a proven model that works. When you start a franchise, you don't have to go figure out what to do. They've got a model because somebody else has already done it. And so they had that proven model in place. And then the last thing they kind of created their hybrid was that traditional business model. And that was where they brought in full medical benefits when you reach certain leadership levels, college tuition reimbursement, even something they call business investment bonus, which was really up to $3,000 a month you could earn to help cover business expenses, maybe your cell phone, maybe shipping, maybe an airline ticket. So they did all those things, and it created a unique model. And I love the fact that the product was unique, the business was unique, and kind of back to that number 2, the focus. They knew who they were number 1 in their category, and they owned that lane. So Lori and I made a decision to dive in. I have no idea if this business model's for you, but it makes sense. It's probably the easiest way for someone like me or you, when you don't have the zillions of dollars to invest, to realize that American dream and own your own business. So I just encourage you to think about those 5 things that I mentioned. Think about those 5 different categories. What are you looking for when you look at a business? This company met those qualities for me. And if you're having one of those KAIROS moments right now, that time when something's happened, and maybe you've always realized there was more that you wanted. You didn't want to fund a 401k until you were 65 and then be able to realize some time freedom. You saw a lot of life between now and then, like Lori and I did, and you've had that KAIROS moment. We would love to talk to you. Message me, connect with me. We would love to sit down and figure out if this business model makes sense for you, just like it did for Lori and I. Thanks for joining us, and look forward to talking to you soon.